You want to. 3 times he repeated that.
Yeah.
You want to die tonight. You want to die tonight. You think this is a game? You think this is to play with? And that's when he pistol with me right there.
A family turns the table on a brutal attack. Both husband and wife shot the man.
I thank God I did, because I'm 9 months pregnant. He did not care. The guy in the passenger seat of the silver car got out with an AR, and told me that I startled him.
When her husband came outside, that man with a rifle got into this green Dodge Charger, eventually driving off. But the silver SUV's driver, also armed, continued threatening the couple. The couple held him at gunpoint as he begged for his own life until help arrived.
3 times he repeated that.
Yeah.
You want to die tonight. You want to die tonight. You think this is a game? You think this is to play with? And that's when he pistol with me right there.
A family turns the table on a brutal attack. Both husband and wife shot the man.
I thank God I did, because I'm 9 months pregnant. He did not care. The guy in the passenger.
Hey, shalom, shalom. All praises, honor, glory goes to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha, Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elder bishops of Great Millstone, peace and blessings to you, brothers, pushing this word of truth and sincerity. Shabbat Chanak, coming back with another lesson through the spirit of power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha, Kwadash. And this is a video. I actually saw this video maybe 2 days ago, a day ago. I'm coming across it again, and Spirit just say, go ahead and do something on it. The first initial scripture that popped into my head was the love of many wax cold. So we'll get that. And I wanted to entitle the video that, but I might just change it to swords in their hands. Something like, I believe it's in 2nd Ezra 15. We'll get that. But this is where we're at. Okay. Especially Houston now, I believe in Texas, you can carry without any permit. It's pretty much like the Wild Wild West. You see this gentleman here, he has an AR-15, which is totally legal. And the husband and wife, okay, they were packing. Okay, this guy in the car was packing, the person next to them was packing, and then the family next to them were packing. Okay, and that's how it's going to be. So just think, these people are already on edge. Now you see people are shooting each other, which the dude pretty much deserved that. He pulled out a gun. I guess there was some type of dispute. You see what I'm saying? There was some type of dispute that couldn't get hashed out, diplomatically. So people, they turned to guns, which the couple, they were in the right. They were defending themselves. But this is where we're at. Okay, let me bring out, and this is not like a one-off. This is happening more and more, especially now that the Supreme Court, they pretty much shot down. I forget exactly what. It was pretty much you can carry guns now. So a lot of these Democratic states like California, they're going to be challenged, in which, there was a lot of laws, banning people from having so-called gun, concealed carry and all that. Now things are opening up. I did a video on it a while back. You see what I'm saying? This is Matthew 24 and 13. This shouldn't be too long. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Hey, this is, let me get also Matthew 10. This is why it's so important to walk circumspectly in these times, because you never know what these people have. And that gun is like an equalizer. It's a sword. People are actually walking around with a sword. Okay, and if you agitate them, you look at them the wrong way, you might say a so-called curse word at them. You might get angry because maybe they cut you off. This is what happens. Okay, people are very agitated. People are very angry. All right, they watch these movies where there's a lot of violence. They play these violent video games. Well, we just read, because the love of men, that's really what it goes back to, because iniquity shall abound. meaning wickedness. The righteous judgment never go forth, as it says in Habakkuk. So, hey, these people are evil. They're super demonic. They're on all type of Babylonian wine philosophy. And they're willing. They're not even thinking about the consequences of, them shooting or killing somebody. They're shooting first and not even asking questions. OK, very important to walk circumspectly in these times, because this is what's going on. And it's going to get even more heated. We'll get that in 2nd Ezra 15. It's going to get more heated when there's a lack of bread. You could still go to, they were at a convenience store. You could still go get your Big Gulp, still get your bag of chips, your honey bun. You could still get things that please the flesh. But how much more when there's more tribulation and there's a lack of bread? People are going to turn to the sword, and they're going to be killing each other. These are the days of sorrow. OK, Matthew 10 and 16. Yahushua warned us about these things. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Well, there was an incident in which I believe a member of IUIC, he got shot. I don't know all the details. We don't know all the details. But that there was an incident. So it'll probably be coming out within the next week or so, the next few days, of exactly what happened. All right. There was a gentleman also that came up to the camp, our camp out here in San Francisco, maybe 3 years ago. And he had a gun. He was upset. He was cocking it back, threatening. So you're gonna have that. These are the wolves. These people are wolves, which a wolf is a apex predator. You're not gonna you can't talk to a wolf and be reasonable with a wolf. A wolf only knows one thing, and that's to devour, to destroy. And that's these people. Like that one, it was a Jake that went up to that couple talking big stuff, and they both shot him. At first, I thought it was only the woman that shot him in the one story, but I guess it was both of them. The husband and wife shot him. And a lot of these women, too, you got to be careful, too. You talking this madness to these women. These women are carrying as well. They're going to the gun range. OK, they're learning how to shoot a gun. Just like that woman. Her husband probably, taught her how to shoot a gun, especially Esau. But Jake is getting into it, too. Jake is getting into, self-defense with those weapons. Right? Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents. See? And harmless as doves. If possible, right? The scriptures say live peaceable with all men. Right. If possible, be non-confrontational. If there's a way to not get into a confrontation, don't get into a confrontation. If there's a way, if you could just, take the low and just keep it moving. That's these are these times, because people are very agitated. They're very irritated, short-tempered, and they don't give a shit about the law. Okay, they damn sure don't care about. They damn sure don't have no love for their brother. We just read it, because iniquity shall abound. The love of many shall wax cold. People just shoot down people in cold blood. Robberies. Just shoot the cashier for no reason. Just because it's, maybe your boys, whatever reason it may be, is them spirits, right? Them spirits of vengeance, really. But let's get this last scripture. Let's, the spirit want me to go a little bit longer. But this was just some short. And I'm probably going to name this one Swords in Their Hands. And a gun is the modern day sword. OK, just like the back in the ancient world, men used to walk around with swords, and you could see the swords as well. But people didn't really just go out and just start fighting each other with swords, because that was a life and death situation. Even when you go into the history of the samurais, right? The samurais, you didn't fight. You just didn't start a fight. You know, two samurais didn't just start a fight with each other, or two people with swords didn't just start a fight with each other, because it was an actual battle to death. It wasn't, okay, you might just get nicked. Nah, it was an actual battle to the death. And that's pretty much what's going on. Now, what happens when the authorities are no longer being called? Okay? They gonna shoot people down in the streets. It's gonna be a lot of people getting shot down in the streets. Okay? We gonna actually witness this. Okay? I'm just gonna go to the point, right? We got to start up a little bit just to get some context. I mean, the whole chapter, you got to read the whole chapter, 15 and 16. This is 2 Ezra 15:14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. See, the modern day sword is the gun. Now, you're going to have some crazy people with actual swords and all that. Swords and maces and axes and hatchets. You know, you're going to have that, daggers. But mainly, you're going to have these guns. They're easy. They're really easy to obtain. They're legal to obtain now in most cases. I mean, they pretty much always been legal, but now it's more of a culture of getting a weapon and understanding how to use it, because you have these criminals, you have these people that, take advantage of, regular citizens. Now, regular citizens, they're getting hip, right? They're saying, oh, no, I got to carry too. You never know. There's a situation in which I might have to use this, just as we watched in that video. The lady, when she was pregnant, right? A pregnant woman, she's, you look at her, she's an easy lick. Which they sounded like they were, Israelites, like Issachar. Okay, Issachar, hey, they be out there down in Mexico chopping off heads and all that. Over drugs and, territory disputes. So that's coming up to the States. Okay, so them swords, the modern day killing instruments. This is nothing. This video, right? Let's watch it again.
Passenger seat.
3 times he repeated that.
Yeah.
You want to die tonight.
See, she fully pregnant, and she's holding the gun correctly. She knows how to use a gun. Okay. Now there was a Jake that ran up. And then he started begging for his life after he got shot. But he pulled up with the gun like he was going to do something. And what do you mean? Well,
You want to die tonight. You think this is a game, you think this is to play with, and that's when he pistol with me right there.
A family turns the table on a brutal attack. Both husband and wife shot the man.
I thank God I did, because I'm 9 months pregnant. He did not care. The guy in the passenger seat of the silver car got out with an AR. And told me that I startled him.
When her husband came outside, that man with a rifle got into this.
You see what these people were walking around with? You see this?
Dodge Charger, eventually driving
and
off.
swords
But the
in their
silver
hands.
SUV's driver also.
This dude pulled up. Maybe it could be a Latin tribe. This dude pulled up. He has a gun as well. The one that got shot.
Armed, continued threatening the couple. The couple held him at gunpoint as he begged for his own life until help arrived.
3 times he repeated.
See that? Let's look at some comments real quick. He begged for his life after threatening a pregnant lady with a gun. Coward. When you threaten someone's life, you forfeit your own. So much respect for this couple. Thank God they were armed and stood the ground. Bro, she's pregnant. She's defending herself. The dude got what he asked for. I hope the dude knows that parents are the real gangsters. What a coward, bothering a couple and a pregnant lady. She startled him? What a crock. He got what he asked for. Slimy coward. Yeah, people were, you know, it's pretty much street justice. But I'm using this to show you that, hey, we're in different times. This wouldn't happen. And again, she's holding a firearm correctly. She's not shooting like little Tay-Tay. Okay? She's trained. You have a lot of women that are training to, use their weapons. And she was there with her husband as well. Okay, so ultimately he got what he asked for, right? As everybody can see, I mean, nobody will say that, okay, they were in the wrong. He pulled up with a gun. The other dude, he had an AR. Okay, but what is that? And swords in their hands. So let's go back. And swords in their hands. Let's read verse 15 again. This is your destruction. This is your destruction to the wicked. Okay, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Again, the modern day sword is the gun. For there shall be sedition among men. Okay, let's look at this word sedition. We know what it is, but we're just gonna do it again. Conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority of a state or monarch. You're gonna have these, what do they call them? These it's right at the tip of my tongue, man. You're gonna have these people that are gonna be fighting against the government, essentially. These I can't believe it's escaping me. But you're gonna have these groups, which is legal in the Constitution, and they're gonna fight against the government. But there's gonna be a sentiment to go against the government orders. So in a situation like this, the police are not gonna be called. Okay, they're gonna end his life. If maybe he made it. I don't know. Maybe he survived. You can survive some gunshots, but you can only survive if you have medical attention. So in that day, there will be no medical attention. For there shall be sedition among men. We just found out what the word sedition means, right? Conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority of a state or monarch. In this case, the U.S. government, as well as all these other governments. But here in America, it's going to be a different story because America was built upon gun culture. Okay, that's like the foundation of America is bang, bang, shoot 'em up. So they're turning back into that spirit and invading one another. See, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, right? They're not going to regard the government. They're not going to regard the mayor, the governor, the president, the sheriff, the police, the constable. Okay, anybody in a power position from the government. They're going to say to hell with the government. And the course of their power or the course of their action shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to have these 15-minute cities set up with barricades around them. You're going to have the, the CHIP to get inside. Okay, the MOTB. Okay, then outside of those cities is going to be lawlessness. Okay, you're going to be having these rebel groups. Okay, the militia, that's the word I was, looking for. You're going to be having these militias that are going to be coming against the authorities. All right. If you needed some water, you're just not going, in that day, you're not going to come up to nobody and ask for no water because you might be a victim. And that's going to be part of that love of many waxing cold, which when you go into that word is psychos in the Greek. Look that word up. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Right? We're going to be in a very, very terrible time. And this thing is going to happen quick, too. But we can see that it's all leading up into this time. In the end, it shall speak and not lie. OK, we're not directly in this time, but we're at the door, essentially. Pretty much everything's already set. The people, they have the swords. The sentiment is there. OK, the spirit of vengeance is there. OK. I'm pretty sure that dispute, whatever it may be, it could have been hashed out. Now, the dude was probably just trying to scare him with a gun. But nevertheless, why do that? See, you in past days, you didn't even take into consideration that you rolling up on somebody with a gun, they will have a gun as well. Right. But see, these days, you don't know. You rolling up on somebody, you think you got the heat, so you in a different spirit. And then next thing you know, bow. Now you begging for your life. To hell with that nigga, man. And all these people that are in that spirit. But this is pretty much their judgment. And swords in their hands again. Okay? A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. See? That's where we're going to be at. Your neighbor. You go borrow. I remember we had a Issacharite neighbor. It kind of got a little, annoying, but it was all good. It's all through the spirit. It was all good. She would, ask for, sugar. Can we get a cup of sugar? Back in the old days, which it was fine. Back in them days, it's cool. You see what I'm saying? But then, sometimes, they just overstep. Can we get this? Can we get that? Can we borrow your refrigerator? Can we, get a cup of, a thing of oil, and then maybe you needed something, you was going to cook something. Maybe you needed some type of seasoning, or maybe you needed, some plastic wrap or some foil, maybe some salt, whatever it may be, right? It ain't going to be like that. Okay. Maybe your neighbor, get your packages in, so, nobody will steal your packages from Amazon. Maybe, your neighbor across the street, y'all cool, y'all see each other every day, on the way out to work. Maybe y'all get y'all invite each other for a barbecue or something like that. The wife and the kids, they got kids too. And, it's all good. Everybody got, everybody's good. Nah, it's not going to be like that. It's going to be every man and family for themselves. Okay. What even within the family, there's going to be confrontation and disputes. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. There goes some swords again. They're not going to go house to house with an actual samurai sword. Okay? A fencing sword. They're going to be moving with these guns. Okay, they're going to have handguns on them, and then they're going to have them long rifles. They're going to have shotguns. They're going to have machine guns. They're going to have legal and illegal guns. All right. And they're going to be rolling up on these houses. Okay. And they just going to shoot you dead. They're not going to even ask you any questions. It says, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread. Right now, we still have bread. You can still go get you, you know what I mean? Still go get you an acai bowl, get you a smoothie at Jamba Juice. You can still go get you a chicken sandwich. You get you a burger and fries. People be all agitated, irritated, and they go get that burger and fries. They ass calm down. They drink that Coke. They ass calm down. All them chemicals. All right. Pretty much people are using food as antidepressants, anti-anxieties. Okay. You drink that beer, you calm down. But it's going to be none of that. So these people are going to be on edge. Okay. Because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Right. So not only the lack of bread, but you're going to have pestilence. You're going to have different diseases. Okay. And then you're going to have no medical Okay, you know, there's going to be no a medical attention. You might have to have certain things put inside of you to get medical attention. Okay, you're going to be, well, medical attention might be in another city, and you're not able to get to that city for whatever reason, whatever it be the cannibals, whether it be the sedition, whether it be the lack of gas. You're not going to really have cars driving around like that. Okay, that's going to be for the, you know, the military. Okay, there's going to be curfews. So people are going to take it upon themselves to say, to hell with that. We're going to be raiding. We're going to be raiding stores. We're going to be raiding the gas station. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Somebody come up, I'm going to shoot them dead. To hell with them. These are the cutthroat times that are approaching us. Okay? And people are going to take things to their own hands. All right, that was it on that. Till next time, shalom to the elect.